Gratitude will shift you to a much higher frequency and you'll attract much better things. Today we're going to talk about frequency, the frequency of love, and how since we are all one, the higher that we can get our frequency, the more we affect everybody else in the world, however minuscule we do. And we do that by returning to zero. We have to return to pure love. And that's why I practice the Ho'oponopono technique diligently. And that's why I'm trying to get everybody else to do it diligently. That's why I do the videos. That's why I have my books. That's why I have Instagram. I just want to do a lot of nudges and reminders to keep you doing your Ho'oponopono technique. And since we are all one, it benefits all no matter what we do once we get back to zero. And I imagine things like, what if I had assistance? What if there were two of us trying to raise our frequency? Or what if there was 100? Or what if there was 1,000? What if there was 1,000,000? You know, we don't need everyone to raise the frequency of all. Because we are all one, if we have a few diligent souls, we can be impactful. And that's why I'm trying to get you guys to join me. I mean, think about it. When Dr. Hew Len was working in the prison, he worked on himself. He was raising his frequency. And since we are all one, he was raising the frequency of the people he was thinking about and that he was cleaning on. But he was getting back to zero himself. Every time that he read a file, he was doing what he could to get back to zero. Because that's where the pure love is, and that's where divinity is invited in to join the party. I know I've talked about my wife passing away, but a little story, I know when she was sick, I was trying to use the Ho'oponopono technique to cure her, even though I knew that was the wrong way to do it. I needed to get back to zero and stuff. And most of the time I was doing it the right way, but occasionally I'd find myself in a little stress and I was trying to push to cure her. But anyhow, once she passed away, I believe that probably returning to our Creator may be the greatest thing that ever happened to us. Now, having said that, those of us that are left behind kind of still want those people around, and so, but I understand if she's there, she's going to be so happy she doesn't want to come back, but she still cares about me, and that's what I assume. But let me tell you a little story that happened a couple of days after she passed away. During her sickness, she was home for a week or so at one time. So I got a call button because she was sleeping in the guest room. So I got a call button and it had two receivers. I plugged one in the bedroom and one in the living room. And the setting that came out of the box, they would go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Excuse me, 2 or 3 times, but real loud. Well, I didn't adjust that. I didn't change to another setting or anything like that. I left it like that because if I was sleeping or anything like that, I wanted to wake me up and get my attention. Well, a couple of days after she passed away, I go to bed, and a little after midnight, I hear ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. So I jump out of bed, and like I usually would do, and I took a couple steps and I stopped. I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, who pushed that button? So now I'm walking a little slower. I'm not running, and I go into the guest bedroom where she had been, where the button was, and there's nobody there. And but now I have to check the whole house because it's like the button got pushed. So I walk around the whole house. I even checked closets and stuff. Nobody there. All the doors were locked. As I'm coming through the kitchen, I noticed that the light on the stove was blinking, the clock, which means the electric went out for a little bit and came right back on. Well, that's probably what triggered the alarm, But in my mind, Deb's cousin, who she was real close with and had traveled and done a lot of things with, had died a year before Deb died. And I could just imagine Deb, when she got returned to our Creator, that there's Barb waiting for her and saying, hey, how you doing and stuff. And she says, I've been here a little while, and I kind of know my way around. And she said, "Do you want to see a fat naked man run around the house?" And I think they made that ding dong happen. So but which also to me showed how much she loved me, because she would do that in real life. So it's hilarious. But the love vibration is so strong that it overcomes everything. And since we're all one, and that it's shared with everybody, that I think that's the main thing. So what we have to do is we have to keep cleansing ourselves as often as we can, and we have to be diligent about it, because the love is the most important thing. And if we get enough of us doing that, I think we can cleanse a lot of souls that way, and get divinity working a little more, be a little more active in everybody's lives, rather they realize what's happening or not. And I don't think that would be a bad day's work if we can pull that off. So I implore you to join me, do your Ho'oponopono technique, get back to zero. That's where you're trying to get each time when you do the Ho'oponopono technique. You're not trying to direct it anywhere. You get back to zero and trust divinity to do what it does. And it usually does what's best for you. So keep that in mind. And I think I'm kind of rattling on here a little bit. So we know where we're headed now, don't we?
Hello, this is Chuck to remind Bill to shut up.